Darkness has its own flavor, sweet, alluring, and almost impossible to resist. Ethan first tasted it on a night when the moon drowned the city in silver shadows. He had been wandering, restless, chasing a thrill he could never quite name. That's when he saw her, Celine, a woman who did not belong to the daylight. Her presence cut through the silence like velvet, and when her eyes found his, he felt seen for the very first time. She told him she was a guardian of dreams, a keeper of thresholds, but what she offered him was no dream. It was fire, it was eternity, wrapped in the skin of temptation. The first time Ethan followed her into the dark, he felt it surge, power flooding his veins, his muscles electric, his heart invincible. With her, he could leap into the abyss and never fall. The night stretched endless, intoxicating, as though time itself bowed before their passion. But morning was merciless. Each dawn left him fractured, broken in spirit, hollowed in flesh. He would wake in a haze of weakness, trembling, unable to rise without pain. His reflection in the mirror was not the same man who had stood tall hours before. His eyes dimmed, his skin pale, as though a piece of him had been swallowed whole. Still, he returned to her. Celine never walked in daylight. She lived in ruins and shadows, where whispers clung to stone walls and forgotten stories bled through cracks. Her beauty was not human. It was carved from mystery, from the kind of silence that made you lean closer. She carried an apple with her, crimson and gleaming, and every time she lifted it to her lips, Ethan swore he could hear it breathe. She never offered it outright, but he knew. That apple was the core of her power, the forbidden fruit that promised more than nights of fleeting strength. Promised eternity, a life unshackled from time. But she never spoke of the price. She didn't have to. Ethan already felt it in the marrow of his bones. The longer he stayed, the more fragile his mornings became. He stopped meeting friends, stopped answering calls. His body was wasting, his spirit tethered to her like a moth to fire. He lived only for the fall of dusk, when Celine would emerge, and his veins would blaze with her touch once more. Yet in quiet moments, when her lips brushed his skin, he wondered, was it love, or was it hunger? Did she see him as a man, or only as a vessel? One night, she led him to a place where the air tasted older than time. The orchard. Moonlight washed over trees that bore no leaves, only fruit like the apple she carried. Dozens, hundreds, glowing faintly in the dark. They pulsed as though alive, heartbeats hanging from twisted branches. "This is where it begins," she whispered, not with words, but with silence that thundered through his veins. Ethan stood before the orchard, the truth pressing down on him. These apples were not gifts, they were bindings. Every bite sealed a soul in endless devotion, locked in passion but stripped of freedom. The guardianship she claimed was not protection. It was possession. Still, he ached for it. He could feel his strength surging simply by standing near. To bite would be to surrender, to abandon weakness, mortality, fear, to become like her. His hands trembled. The apple glowed. Celine's eyes burned into his, eternal and cold, waiting. And then came the war inside him. On one side, the nights of fire, of invincibility, of being more than human. On the other, the mornings, hollow, fragile, clawing for breath. He thought of who he had been before her. The boy who laughed at dawn, who still believed in dreams not woven by shadows. That boy was fading, a ghost. Soon he would vanish forever. So he made a choice. Ethan let the apple fall from his hand. The fruit struck the earth, its glow dimming into silence. For the first time, he saw the rage in Celine's face, an ancient hunger denied. She recoiled, her beauty unraveling into something sharper, crueler, older than the stars. He ran, through the orchard, through the night, until the first trace of sunlight bled across the horizon. And as dawn broke, for the first time in weeks, he did not collapse. He still trembled, still felt the echo of her kiss, but his soul was his own. Celine never came again. Some nights, when the wind carries the scent of apples, Ethan wonders what would have happened if he had bitten. Would he still be burning, infinite, lost in her embrace? Or was the fire nothing more than chains disguised as wings? He will never know. But in that uncertainty lies a truth he clings to, that freedom, even when fragile, is worth more than eternity in captivity. And so, when he wakes to the pale light of morning, weak yet whole, Ethan breathes. He remembers, he endures, and he lives human, fleeting, imperfect, but free.